Hello, everyone. My name's Dane Krich, and I just took over here at Live Arts Maryland as the general manager. And I'm sitting here with Katherine Hilton, and we're looking to do a series of interviews for Ernie's 40th year. We're celebrating Ernie and the 40 years he's been here with the Annapolis Chorale and Live Arts Maryland. And Katherine, how long have you been with the chorale?
Believe it or not, 25 years. It's like Ernie says, I started when I was 10.
Can you share, Catherine, can you share a particular memorable performance or maybe a moment with the crowd that really kind of stands out to you over these last 40 years with Ernie?
I can think of three. One would be the first time I ever attended a rehearsal. I came with a friend who was a member, and I'd sung in groups before. This was not my first choral rodeo. But she said, oh, just wait. So I came, and I was like, okay. I was prepared to not be impressed. But the minute he started, I kind of was immediately aware that this was not your average choral director. He was so far above anybody else that I had sung with up until that point. And so to me, that stands out in my mind that it was such an immediate impact.
Okay.
Yeah, that was huge. And the other things all around the performances is one of the things Ernie does best is to convey the emotion in a piece. And if you're into it and going with him on that, it's just electric. We were doing Voices of Light, I think, the first time. And there was something during the Joan chorus that he was particular. I mean, he was just, it was like an electric shock. I mean,
Okay.
It was amazing. I never experienced
When was that?
Years ago. I don't remember the first time we did it.
Okay.
It's been a long time. And then that also happens during our annual performances of Messiah. And, when you sing Messiah a lot, it can get stale. It never gets stale. Not ever.
Yeah.
There's always an emotional impact and punch that comes with that piece of music every year.
As a musician myself, we get to perform Messiah every year, and I always think of myself, oh, another Messiah. And then I remind myself, every performance of Messiah, it's the first time for somebody, and it's the last time for somebody. So you have to perform it that way.
That's a great way to think
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, so that's great.
But Ernie always manages to imbue it with something extra.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So Ernie's been with the chorale for 40 years. What qualities do you think have contributed to his longevity and success as the music director of the Annapolis Chorale and Live Arts Maryland?
I think because he realized early on in his career that what he was passionate about was choral singing. I think that still is a big part of him, even though he conducts orchestras and operas and opera singers and everybody else. He really loves choral singing. And I think that enthusiasm is infectious. And I think, he's got such a good reputation as a singer, and that's professional singers, and even for us, he's just so in tune with how things should sound and the blend we should have, and it shows in what we perform. So I think that really makes a huge difference.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Can Ernie sing?
He does. He can sing. He probably will tell you not very well, but
Okay.
he can sing. I've heard it.
I have not, but I look forward to hearing him. I'm going to have to ask him to sing.
Yeah. Ride in the car with him sometime.
Oh, well, okay.
Put something on the radio.
There you go. How have you seen the chorale evolve over the years that you've been with it? And what changes, honestly, Catherine, have been most significant to you?
Well, when I came, I don't think the chorale was that big. I know when it first started, it was about 25 people.
Okay.
And as soon as Ernie came, it started incrementally getting bigger. I think it was 2005 when we did about 190 singers,
Oh, what?
which was enormous.
This is huge.
And that's all due to him.
Okay.
The fact that we got new people every year, that's all due to his presence here. So as we got bigger, it expanded what we were able to sing.
Right.
Like you can't take on a Brahms Requiem if you don't have a significant number of people in each section. So that was a big deal.
Did you guys do the Browns?
Oh yeah, I think for him, it's just like a playground. Now that I have all these people, I can program all these cool new things because he knows what the sound is going to be like.
Right.
So I think that's really significant.
That's awesome. Yeah. No, that sounds great. And then last question for you, Catherine. How has Ernie influenced your growth as a singer? And then also, can you share any specific lessons or insights that he's imparted on you?
Well, if you're an amateur singer, you do not have the background that professional singers get for how to sing, how to approach a piece of music, and all that. But that's what we can learn from Ernie. It's like to hear phrases and to understand what a piece is actually about and the scope of it and that sort of thing. We wouldn't have that understanding if we were singing for him, I don't think. Because a lot of directors just don't. They're not really focused on that. They just want to hear the sound and use the product. And I think that's made me a better singer. And also, how I sing in a group is better. I had an occasion a few years ago because singing in church. It was actually my dad's funeral. And I was singing with 3 other soloists, which was, for me, a very nervy thing to do. That is not me.
Okay.
But I really wanted to do this piece for my dad. So we were at a church where the choir director there is extremely picky. And you have to audition twice and sing in the choir.
Right.
So I was kind of nervous about that, but I was like, we're doing this for my dad. So we did it.
Okay.
And we went through it, we marked things and talked about stuff, and then we did it.
Okay.
And after it was all over, he said to me, you can sing in my choir anytime. And I thought, man,
Yeah.
Ernie, thank you.
Awesome.
You trained me well.
That is awesome. Those are the kind of things that you want to hear. That
Right.
these are great things coming out of the chorale, and things that Ernie has taught you and taught all of us. So.
And it's, anybody that sings with him in chorale setting is going to get that same education and sensitivity to music.
I'm not so sure he could teach me to sing, yes, like,
Well, I
but
bet you could.
maybe I should give it a try.
I think you should.
I don't know. I'm a percussionist, so we don't sing. We stay in the back and we play for singers.
So you should try.
I'll try. But anyway, Katherine, thank you so much for joining. Like I said, we owe this to Ernie for his 40 years, and I appreciate your time, and I look forward to hearing you guys sing at the next performance.
Thank you. Always happy to help celebrate Ernie's birthday.
Thanks, Katherine.
Thank you.